Hey guys, what's up? Emo Cat Dad here, hanging out with you, bringing you yet another edition of Emo Cat Dad Listens. If you're new here, then what I do is every day of 2024, I vow to check out a new band or artist. Check out 4 songs from across their discography, give you my initial thoughts on the songs, give you my ranking of the songs, and then of course my overall thoughts on that day's band or artist based on what I just heard. Today's artist, as you can see right there, is TV Girl. So what do I know about TV Girl going in? Absolutely nothing. This was a suggestion from one of you kind viewers earlier this year. I was told they're like an indie alternative pop band. I was originally saving this for a Sunday ladies night before I realized that there's not actually any girls in this band. So good thing I looked that up ahead of time. Indie stuff has been a mixed bag with me so far. When it's just kind of like normal indie folky stuff, I don't tend to be a big fan. But I've hit the jackpot a couple times where I've checked out some indie artists that either have some hip-hop influence or some punk influence, and I've really dug it overall, so I'm hoping TV Girl falls in that bucket, but I guess we won't really know until I dive in, so let's get into TV Girl. So the first song I'm going to check out is actually their most popular song based on Spotify streams. It's called Lovers Rock, and it came off their 2014 album, French Exit. Okay, so this was one heck of a vibe. I think I would call this like a whimsical love song. Very ballady. And the kind of breezy musicality that is the background to the track honestly makes it so enjoyable, and it's the perfect fit for the song. I love the old dialogue samples they used in this track. I'm usually not a big fan of talking in the middle of tracks. I've said this before, but when people can make it work, it comes out great. And that's exactly what TV Girl does here. Next up was their 2016 album, Who Really Cares? And I checked out Not Allowed.
Did I begin this? I guess it started when you were with him, and how he never even...
Okay, so despite me saying that there was no girls in this band, the last track had a female vocal that I just assumed was a sample. I could not find anything quickly. I found a name, Faith Harding, but I don't know if that person was ever a member of the band or what. On this one, I found Yeetsy Girls, which I thought was just a vocal feature once I saw that. However, it looks like it's basically just a sample of a bunch of their songs, which adds a new layer to this that I didn't expect. Like, I thought the female vocals were just kind of repetitive, especially near the end of the song. They kind of repeat the same lines over and over again. But knowing that's a sample at least gets me a little more on board with it, but I still didn't love it. That being said, the music here was drum and synth based, and I really dug that sound. Lyrically, it was a little creepy. It seemed like the narrator of the song was like overtly obsessed with a girl that was with someone else. And yeah, it seemed like a little too much. And I grew up listening to pop punk where that's a lot of "you should be with me instead" songs, but yeah, it doesn't feel as creepy as this track, but maybe that's the mood. Next up was 2018's Death of a Party Girl, and I checked out the track Blue Hair.
And I tried to hold her.
Alright, the little light cymbals hits on this track is super infectious. It basically stays throughout, and I enjoyed the crap out of it. Lyrically, this is a similar vibe to the last track, with the narrator pining for a girl that is with someone else. Although at least there's growth in this one, because at the end he basically states that she's with someone else, and he's fine with it. Although he basically says it's because she cut her blue hair off. So I guess it's more so that he was idealizing a certain version of the girl versus the girl as she was. But guess what? There was a very long outro on this song. And I don't like long outros. Don't like long intros, outros, musical breaks. I always complain about them. And TV Girl had a long outro. Muchos no bueno. Alright, next up was It Almost Worked, from the album The Night in Question, French Exit Outtakes. So I'm guessing this has got to be some B-sides from the French Exit album.
Looks the same as town.
okay, this definitely sounds like a B-side. In fact, it almost sounds unfinished. The musicality of it is still really good, but I really did like the vocal delivery. So I'm not sure if they just didn't re-record or they used some old stems. But yeah, this is definitely the worst that I've heard TV Girl sound. But like I said, the music is really good. I really enjoyed this. I think this actually musically might be my favorite song, which is saying something because I dug so many elements in the music of the other three tracks. But this had like those claps at the forefront, super enjoyable, had me bouncing around and grooving to it. So yeah, big thumbs up on the musicality at least. Alright, so those are 4 tracks I checked out. Let's rank them. At number 1, we're going Lovers Rock. Really no complaints about this song at all. Super fun, whimsical music, great lyricism, love me a love song. This checked a bunch of boxes for me. At number 2, I'm gonna go Not Allowed. My only downside of this was that the lyrics were like pretty creepy, but you know, maybe, like I said, maybe that's the vibe they were going for. So, not gonna dock them points on that. At 3, we're going Blue Hair. Again, not too many issues. The lyrics creepy again. That's still there, but again, not faulting them. But we did get way too long of an outro on this track, which knocked it back. And at 4, it almost worked. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the vocals on this track. I don't know if it was a choice, the sound they were going for, but it didn't work for me. Vocals and lyrics especially are very important to me, so when the vocals aren't hitting the right notes for my ears, it's probably going to end up in last. Alright, so that was my ranking of the song. What are my overall thoughts on TV Girl? Vocally, with the exception of the last track, which again, I'm just hoping, because it seems to be a B-side, that it's not the norm for them. It's not something they regularly do, just was something they played around with on that album in particular, and that track in particular. Because all the other vocal deliveries I really liked, but the standout moment for me of TV Girl is the musicality. They're always doing something fun and innovative and pleasing to the ear, whether it's the claps on It Almost Worked, the little cymbal taps on Blue Hair, or that old-timey dialogue that they sampled in Lovers Rock. Alright guys, thank you so much for checking out this video right until the very end. I really appreciate it, and I would appreciate if you left me more suggestions in the comments below. Give me bands or artists you think I absolutely need to check out, whether indie, rock, pop, whatever, leave them below, and hopefully we'll get to them on a future episode. Also, while you're down there, make sure you leave me your thoughts on the band TV Girl. Have you ever heard them before? Do you dig them? Do you not dig them? What are your favorite songs? I want to know all that. Let's have a conversation in the comments below. We're at the beginning of April, so we're about a quarter of the way through 2024. I haven't missed a day yet, so I hope you stick around with me on this ride to check out a new band or artist every single day. And the best way to do that is simply if you cut my wrist and hit subscribe. Emo Cat Dad signing off until tomorrow. I want to hear you sad.